This program is sponsored by Auckland City Council. 56,827. The number of businesses in Auckland City. That's 15% of all New Zealand businesses.
Ken, about the election promises on which CNR came to power, the mayor made a clear statement saying that the culture of wasteful spending will have to be reined in and stopped, especially under his tenure. And then why do we see $150,000 or more being spent on a party at Queen Street?
I think let's get this straight. I mean, it's not a party. It is the council supporting the CBD area to basically announce to the whole of Auckland that Queen Street is fully open for business. The 46 million or whatever it was has been spent on doing it up, which has inconvenienced everybody. That's over and done with, and Queen Street's now up and going. And I've also asked that it be extended right up Queen Street into K Road, because the K Road people have also been affected, and Upper Queen Street here, which is just down the road from where we are now. I mean, it's a shambles. I mean, the businesses, the people that come to town have all been affected. So we don't even know what format it's going to be. The City Vision people come up with the idea of a party, but I mean, it was City Vision, in fact, that came out and got the council to come up with that ridiculous statement last year to say don't go to Queen Street because it's a shambles. They had created the shambles, and then they told people not to go there. I mean, for goodness sake, that it's a major area of rates collection for the city, and all the city are doing is saying, righto, there's $100,000 of the CBD Pacific rate which is available to go into it, and the council have topped it up by $50,000. So there's 150 grand there. The CNR council won't be pouring all over the council offices to see how every dollar is spent, but they needed to have the ability to go and talk with the CBD people in the heart of the city people and say, righto, we want to announce to the whole of Auckland that Queen Street is up and going again. How are we going to do it? Now, whether it's a party, goodness gracious, I don't know, it could be fireworks, it could be whatever, but the council officers and the people affected will sort that out, and we're fully support it. I think it's a nonsense to go and criticise it, and I don't think the mayor has come out and criticised us for supporting it. It's just something that we do have responsibilities to do some things.
Like, going by your statements, I'm inferring that the primary intention of having that party or that gathering is to inform the general public about the total availability of Queen Street as a business location, that there is no hindrance. But you know, there are other ways of informing the public rather than spending $150,000.
The advice we had from the officers was that they have a campaign. I'm sorry I haven't got it. I mean, I'd go by the officers, and I think in the end it is a major centre. I mean, you can look at the $150,000 and concentrate on that, or you can concentrate on the $40 or $50 million of rates that are collected out of that Queen Street area, and say that the city's got an obligation to sort of have a small contribution towards getting it back on its feet after the disruption of the makeover.
Who came up with this idea, first of all, having a party or a gathering at in such a flamboyant style at Queen Street?
Well, we don't know that it's a flamboyant style. It was proposed by the officer, Jill McPherson, and they in fact have not got the plans sorted out exactly. My understanding of it is that all they wanted was to know that they could go and talk to heart of the city, and as I say, people like the K Road Business Association, and say, we do have a budget now, how are we going to handle it? So whether it's fireworks, whether it's decorations down the street, whether it's whatever, is still to be sorted out. To describe it as a party is an absolute nonsense.
The thoughts of the business community on both the sides, Queen Street businesses and K Road,
Well, it goes from the bottom, it goes from right down the very bottom by the ferry building. I mean, the people that have been affected and getting here, you would have seen that right up by Myers Park and up at Queen Street in Chinatown. I mean, it's an absolute shambles. I mean, those businesses have been, I'd imagine, up in amongst all the little restaurants in Chinatown, now they would be dramatically affected by what's going on. I mean, so to actually just do something to promote a whole lot of people to come into town, to me, is just a sensible and equitable thing for the council to be doing. And as I say, most of it's coming out of rates that they've actually put into the pot anyway.
So the business community out there is pretty happy about this idea?
I've had no discussions with them. I haven't had any negative feedback, but I mean, the advice we got from the council officers was that this was an appropriate thing to be done, so we've supported them. And
the mayor approves of it?
He hasn't had an opportunity to comment. It's only gone via the Arts and Events Committee to date. I guess it comes before.
Greg Moy.
He was the chairman of that committee, and I'm only on the committee, so really Greg should be the one speaking, although we have had discussions on it. So I guess the City Vision people will vent their spleen again when it comes before the full, when it goes through the next stage, which I think comes through to the full council meeting.
This program was sponsored by Auckland City Council. 9,461. The number of businesses in the Central Business District. 78,480. The number of people who work in those businesses.